right, welcome to the very first episode of Geek Speak. It's the dynamic duo. After over 5 years,
Mhm.
we are reunited. The Penguin, Lex Luthor. We're back at it again.
Well, my hair isn't shaved. My head isn't shaved yet, so I still have the long red hair. So, uh,
Well, when he shaves, it's more like the ginger without a soul.
oh God, it's I've been told that the look is not the best for me, but it gets everything done all at once, so I don't have to worry about cutting my hair for another year. So,
Yeah, I
um,
totally feel that. Honestly, I don't. I mean, I'm at the point. You see, I got hair, but I'm at
mhm,
the point where I told my wife, I said, as soon as I can afford like some good like manscaped razors and buzzers and stuff, like that's it. I'm going bald. I don't care. I don't need to go bald. I want to go bald. I'm so tired of maintaining hair.
it's
Unfortunately, right now I don't even have even the ones for my beard kind of shitted out after 6 years of having them.
mhm,
So like I got to get them all replaced. But
mhm,
as soon as I can just get up every morning, keep it clean and
mhm.
trim me up good and stuff, it's over
Mhm.
with. This hair's gone. I don't give a fuck
See,
anymore.
I do like my hair a certain amount of a certain length, but it's just washing this is a pain in the ass. Just like getting up in the morning, it's just I have to decide which days I'm going to wash my hair, like which days I'm going to work. Like if I had to get up earlier for that, it's we're talking about hair and geek speak. What the fuck? Like what
hey,
the hell?
hey, look, it's an everyday issue. I think a lot of people resonate with. Whether it's
Uh,
dandruff or it's washing schedules or it's being too hot on your pillow or it's
mhm.
trying to style or fit in your hat. I don't know. It's
Or
it's
just deciding what cosplay look you want to go with or something like that.
yeah, you know.
Uh,
I mean, maybe one day after I go bald, I'll grow it back and dye it for a cosplay or something. It's nice to still have. I don't want
mhm.
to take it for granted, but I just fuck that. Speaking of fatigue, as you
Oh
guys can
God.
see, our first topic we were thinking about talking about is superhero fatigue in the box office. Is
Well,
it real?
no, I don't think it. Well, no, the jury I think is still out on it. Um, and for what just this kind of sums it up really very quickly. Um, everybody tries
Look,
to
I don't mean to
point.
cut you off, but
Oh,
I very quickly
go ahead.
take it easy now. We still got an hour and a half.
Okay. Well, it kind of feels like that all of the arguments for superhero fatigue stem from one place, right? The box office performance of basically every single superhero fatigue in 2023, right?
Yeah,
What else flopped that year?
almost everything.
Yeah. The shorter answer the shorter answer would be to or the shorter answer to a question would be what didn't flop that year.
Right.
And the answers to those questions are Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Oppenheimer,
Hmm. Hmm.
Barbie, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's
Mm,
about it. That's about
that's
it.
about it. Yeah.
That's about it. I think Spider-Man Miles the new Spider-Man movie also did okay.
No Way
Um
Home.
yeah, no, not No Way Home.
Oh, Spider Verse.
Yeah, Spider-Verse that one. I'm going to, just
Yeah,
because
that was really good.
I'm going to look that one up real quick. Hold on.
Was Turtles from last year? Did that do good?
I don't think it did, but hold on. Okay, so Across the Spider-Verse was the new one. Let me see just because I got to look this stuff up cuz I'm me. Okay, so Across the Spider-Verse. And that movie made a good almost 700 million on a 150 million dollar budget. So that one was definitely not a flop.
It looks
Um
like Turtles made 811
oh my god.
million off a $70 million budget. So that is definitely not
Oh,
a flop.
that's not a flop and that is a comic book movie. So It is kind of a
And
superhero movie,
I
so
was, I was, yeah, I was gonna say I would classify that as superheroes because they are superpowers from the ooze.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
And of course, this year, Deadpool and Wolverine is like the second highest grossing movie of the year. Um, so you look at something like Deadpool and Wolverine basically making gangbusters at the box office, and you instantly can't help but think, the whole superhero fatigue thing is bullshit, right?
right. I agree. Honestly,
Oh, there's a punchline to this, by the way.
okay, hit it before I say.
But then Joker bombs, and then you think, okay, maybe it is a thing.
That is a punchline. That
It
whole movie
is.
was
It
a
is. Yeah.
punchline, ain't it?
I
It's
I
like
never
the
saw it. I didn't.
Joker movie is the joke of the year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's just in what's wild to me about it is that
Uh,
is even
real
stuff
quick,
last. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the fact that the Joker movie was the joke of the year, that joke in itself is about as stale as any joke in the Joker movie. Think about that one.
Yeah, that just hurt my brain a little bit. Yeah, I didn't comprehend that.
Yeah, exactly. Read it back. I bet you will, but it's gonna hurt your brain.
You know what? Type it out to me, and I'll try then. But
Oh
uh,
man.
no, but no, I do think that when it comes to superhero movies and all that, we're really gonna see whether or not um if it's really a thing or not last year or next year, because that's when we have Thunderbolts, the new Captain America coming out. I think the new Superman movie is also coming out next year. Um,
Yes.
so it's very much a let. We'll have to just wait and see. Jury, yeah, just the jury's still out.
So I I don't think the issue is superhero fatigue. I think
Okay.
people just like to point to that because that's where the highest expectations are. Um, I think in general, just box offices are not
Hmm.
turning out good
No, they're
profits.
not.
Um, but why do you think that is?
Um, well, it's because a trip to the movie theater these days costs like just for like one person alone costs like $50.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
that's
At
really that's
least,
really it's like you'd think the movie ticket itself is like anywhere from like 10 to $20. Popcorn and a drink is like yeah, like I remember last time I went to see a movie just for myself, I was paying like $40. Um, so I would say that probably has something to do with it. Probably more than just a general, um, what you call superhero fatigue. It's just more like, oh my God, everything's more expensive than it was 10 years ago, and you can't really, why, pay $50, or if you're with your family or whatever, more closer to like 200
yeah,
when the stuff's going to be on a streaming service in like 4 months.
right,
So
right.
hard to.
Yeah, and to even for myself, me and my wife pay $50 a month
Mhm,
for the AMC A list. Okay, we could see
mhm,
12 movies a month. Okay,
mhm,
but like you said, the kids we're spending 200 every time we go with them anyways, and
mhm,
there's no point in getting the A list for them because there's only a couple movies a month we'd see with
mhm,
them anyway. If even if we were maximizing,
mhm,
um, so then we go with them, and of course we'll cut corners,
mhm,
with we buy the popcorn buckets and stuff and cups so that way we could just walk in the next time and we we,
mhm.
we don't we don't pay for drinks. We just fill our cup back up again because
Mhm.
it's a cup we bought there. They don't say nothing, and
Okay.
we buy one popcorn bucket and dump it in the four refill, free refill. Dump it in
Uh,
them all, free refill. So we work our way around it, but it still seems to be expensive. I
Still
mean,
builds up after a while, yeah.
yeah, and then it's like I think another issue with the box office that I've been having personally lately is w- what's with the theater runs. There's like maybe 2 out of 10 movies that I see in the theater longer than 4 weeks. Have you noticed that or no?
I feel like that's been a thing for a very long time at this point.
I feel like it
Um,
started after the pandemic.
no, I think it's really been a thing. I want to say for at least a good 10 years or so, because I remember thinking of something very similar. Um, God, this is gonna sound very specific. You remember when the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie came out?
Hmm.
Somebody pointed that out to me around this time. I just was mentioning to him, like, did you see that? Or he's just like, no, it's like, why should I bother seeing it when it's going to be in DVD or whatever, like 3 months? And I remember noticing that too. He mentions this. I noticed this too. It's like, oh yeah, you're actually right about that. So it's definitely been a thing a lot longer than I feel like.
That we may have noticed.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's just become more prevalent now.
it's also, you also have to think though, when it comes to films, they usually make the whole amount of money, like 99% of the money they're going to make is going to be in that first month. And then afterwards it's going to start to piddle out. Everybody's going to want to know what the next thing is. It's just, or the next big thing. They're going to want to go see that. At that point it's taking up theater space. The movie theaters are not going to want to play them anymore because remember, they're independent of the film studios. So they're just going to circulate things out so they can get more money from the next big movie. And as a
Do you think
result,
that's
this,
the?
go on.
Do you think that's a product of that practice, though? Do you think they put themselves in that corner?
I think it has a lot more to do with I guess audience retention to a certain point, because you have to think, it's like what ends up happening is that for, for months on end we'll see the advertisements for let's say, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. Yeah, God, I hate the fact that movie bombed. Whatever. um,
I like that
uh,
movie.
I really did too, but that's another subject. See
Okay.
advertisements for months on end. The advertisement gets, a lot stronger towards the opening weekend, and trying to get as many people in seats as possible, right?
Mm.
Gets in the movie. A lot of people see it opening weekend. Not Dungeons and Dragons case, unfortunately, but whatever. Um, um, and then everyone who's like, a lot of the people who've seen it see it. Then like the box office is a big drop off from in the next week, and people who didn't see it that first week, they see it the next week, and it just kind of keeps going. But in the meantime, the people who the ad space that was normally being bought by, say, Paramount Studios, who is like, who were doing Dungeons and Dragons. Now that ad space is being bought up by, I don't know, Disney, who's trying to advertise the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So you start to see shorter run times in theaters because everybody who's going to see the movie is already like looking forward to the next big thing.
Mm.
So maybe
Okay, so
it's a
that's an interesting thing you're saying, and I actually, I think it makes total sense because it's not that so much that people don't want to see the movie after a month. It's just more that once they get that ad in their face, they forget about the other movie.
yeah, yeah, no,
But it's
it's
interesting you say that because my next point
mhm,
of this whole thing and what I think's wrong with box offices now was that I don't see nearly enough ads, other than the movies leaving before I can find
mhm,
time in my schedule to see them.
mhm,
There's many movies that I didn't even realize were in the theaters until they're out of theaters. Case in point, today I seen a Hulu ad
mhm,
on YouTube for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes being
mhm,
on Hulu, and I was like, "Holy fuck! I didn't even know that movie had made it to the theaters and out yet." And apparently, it was over the summer, and I completely
mhm.
missed it because I seen zero ads for it.
So here's my question on that. Um, do you use ad blocker on
No,
YouTube or whatever? Hmm.
no,
Do you watch a lot of network television?
no.
Well, that's probably why you hadn't heard about it before. um, it's as far like you have to think like a lot of the people who are probably behind a lot of the marketing stuff are still putting a lot of money into traditional like advertisements on TV or whatever. But it is kind of surprising you hadn't seen it as like some kind of YouTube ad or something like that. Like my stuff is always flooded with that.
Well, that's probably true. I mean, they're behind the times on everything from the ratings to system to their way of thinking when producing movies. So that's probably the truest thing you could have said is they're probably not appealing to us with the ads properly. Um,
It's
another
also
thing
the it's also the all powerful algorithm that determines what ads we get.
that's another thing is I may not be in the typical algorithm because I
Mhm.
tend to not watch garbage like majority of the world. So they might have a difficult time reading me. So I'm just saying. No offense.
I mean, just it feels like that every 5 minutes from me, I was seeing something Kingdom of the Planet Apes related, and then afterwards it was like something Alien Romulus related. Alien Romulus was good, um, but it's just I don't know. I guess it just for YouTube at least, it probably has something to do with that. With the algorithm and how it. Well, let me ask you, what kind of ads do you usually get on YouTube? If you don't want to say, it's fine. But
Um wow, let me think. I don't know. Like I feel like they're old people. They're like nutrition or house products or workouts or medical or like the basic network television fucking ads that I nobody wants to see. I don't get any tailored ads.
okay, do you Google for a lot of this stuff?
No, not really.
Does your wife?
Well, Amazon in Amazon.
There you go. That's why. Yeah, they know. They know and
They know.
they know and that's why you haven't seen much about it. Um no, like I don't know, man. Like even movies like I see a lot of stuff like even when I'm just like, just like relaxing and just like, going through YouTube stuff, I will see this stuff. So I think that's a specifically you kind of experience, honestly,
Yeah, I
but
guess so.
could be wrong.
Perhaps it is. I mean, I will admit that I don't tend to browse. I
Mhm,
usually have a specific idea of what I'm going to do when I get on streaming services or YouTube or whatever. I know
mhm,
exactly what I'm going in there for. I don't tend to just peruse and
mhm,
hope to find something. So they don't really, I mean, I guess I don't really give it much of an opportunity to sell me, I
mhm.
guess. But I mean, like, I don't even see these movies talked about like on Facebook or nothing, you know?
Well, I can only speak to myself on that. All I do on Facebook is just share memes at this point because that's all it is for me. It's it,
Honestly,
it's a
I do
glorified
the same.
it's a glorified instant messaging meme device for me at this point.
But I'm in like fucking 600 groups and I'll see shit.
Mhm,
I'll see shit, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not as active in them as I used to be,
mhm,
or I don't see enough of it. I don't know, or I don't react to as much
mhm.
stuff. I don't know. It's just weird to me that I don't see anybody talking about any of these movies. I seen no zero people talking about Alien Romulus. I seen zero people talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I have not seen anybody talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but I have definitely seen people talk about Alien Romulus. A lot of mixed opinions on that one. Did you see it?
No, because it was gone before I got in there.
Well, damn. Okay.
I
Well,
told the boy, like, let's go see it. And then the next week I went to go look at it and it was gone.
oh,
Yeah.
well, damn. Sorry, 1 second. I had a cough. Like I said
All good.
earlier, everybody in my house is sick, and I'm probably getting it too now. Ugh.
Honestly, that's the kind of thing. That's the thing is like I have this A list, but like, okay, so sometimes I can't even watch as many movies as I'd like because of my
Mhm,
schedule. But like, it's like okay, but when I do, there's nothing to watch because the good shit was in while I couldn't watch anything, and now I got time and there's nothing in there. And who
Guess
picks
just
these release dates? Why are we putting all the movies in the same 6 blocks or six
uh,
week block? And
well,
then over the
you mean
next
like
fucking 6 months, we got one good movie.
um well, I actually do know the answer to that question. It's because all of the apparent so okay, let's rewind the clock back. Let's go back 50 years, okay?
Okay.
Jaws gets released, okay? It's the first movie to make $100 million at the box office. And when was it released?
I don't know.
In the summer.
Okay.
It basically invents the concept of the summer blockbuster. And after that, everything has to get released in the summer. And the idea is that, of course, between like May and toward July until July, everybody's still kind of like, hey, the weather's getting warmer, it's hype, let's go out. Come August, everybody's broke. So fewer people are going out to see the movies. People are going out. School's about to get started. You're going to start spending money on that. So there's always going to be a dead zone, basically between August till about November or so.
Hey man, I want to live throughout the rest of the year. You know?
Yeah, but shit. What Bob Iger says you can't. Sorry,
Fuck. Yeah, I bet
or,
he
or or
does.
or David Zaslav or whatever Warner Brothers Discoveries guy is.
Yeah. Well, fuck that guy. Because I want to watch movies in the cold months.
Well, that's a good thing because you do, because everything gets released in December as well. I don't know why.
Oh, great. During Christmas when I have zero money. Thank you.
Exactly. We're doomed.
What the fuck? They
Yeah,
really
no.
need to reevaluate the way the box office had. Like this isn't the 80s anymore, people. We're talking 50 years ago almost at this point. Let's
It
reevaluate the release pattern.
Well, the thing is that it still works even to this day to some extent. That's, you still get all the big hits during the summer and in November, or and like in December, and then you have some weird outliers in like between like January till like April or so. These days though, those slots are starting to steadily get filled up with, regular summer blockbuster movies that normally would be released in January and in summer, but have to be put off till earlier months or a few later months because the slots are so filled up. You look at, like, say, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I keep bringing that one up. That one comes out in March, very well outside of the whole summer blockbuster mark, but it becomes like the highest grossing movie of 23.
Profit strongly because of it. Yeah, exactly. We need more of that shit. I need more
I do.
fucking good movies throughout the rest of the year because I'm looking to see them. I mean, you
Mhm.
like it's not rocket science. If you got 15 competitors versus one competitor,
Hmm.
who's going to make more money?
Yeah. Another good example of that, Black Panther coming out in February of 2018. But then, like in October, you always have the horror movies, the low budget horror movies that come out, um, and they're always not usually
Have you
not.
seen Thanksgiving?
I have not.
I seen it when it came out. It's a really good movie. I liked it.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, it's I mean it's definitely low budget and campy, but honestly it was surprisingly good, for what type of movie it was. It actually
Hmm.
had a good story
Okay.
and some creative killings. So you should check it out if that's
Was
your thing.
I didn't realize Eli Roth made that.
Yeah.
Uh, and he also made Borderlands.
Yeah. Well, you can't win them all.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
We don't need
Uh,
to mention Borderlands because that's
okay.
gonna kind of
Well,
just obliterate our next topic, right?
kind of, yeah. But
Which
let's
which
hold on one second. Excuse me for one moment.